Hello, welcome. In this video, I'm going to help you to get started with Program 3. So let's check out Program 3. So Program 3, we're going to start using programmer-defined functions. So let's take a look at the instructions. All right, so in this program, we're going to start writing programmer or user-defined functions. So let's see what we need to do. You're going to welcome the user. We're also going to practice using different types of data, integers, doubles, and characters. So you're going to ask the user to enter their first initial, get the initial, then we're going to practice using a library functions. So ctype.h has library functions that change characters to upper and to lowercase. So we're going to make a lowercase version of the letter and print it onto the screen, and make an uppercase version of the letter and put it onto the screen. This is just to practice changing the case of a character and using library functions. The library functions are part of ctype.h, which is a library just like stdio.h you use for printf, scanf. The two upper and two lower functions come from ctype.h. Then we're going to get, just like hopefully you're familiar with the program 2, you're going to get the number of gallons from the user, get the price per gallon, calculate the total, and print the output. I do want to point out that your output does not have to exactly match my output, in the sense that you can change your prompts a little bit and add a little bit of your own personality into it, but you must use the same functions and you cannot modify the functions. We have 3 programmer-defined functions, so you'll be using library functions printf, scanf, and library functions 2 upper and 2 lower. And then you're going to write your own programmer-defined functions. One function is called the greeting. That's the function where you're going to greet the user. The next function is initial practice. That's where you're going to get the character from the user, change it to uppercase, change it to lowercase, and print it onto the screen. And then the third function is is called calculate gas price. And that's where you'll be doing all the work to get the number of gallons and the price and calculate the result. So you can always get a good idea by looking at the sample output. The sample output is where you start to write your algorithm. For this assignment, you do not need to turn in your algorithm, but you should start by planning out your algorithm. What you're going to do first, welcome the user, and give them the instructions. What you're going to do next, ask and get the initial. Then you're going to do the upper and lowercase version of the initial. Then you're going to ask and get the number of gallons. So this is first in program 4, you're actually going to write your algorithm out. In this assignment, you don't need to write your algorithm out, but you need to, in program 4, you're going to turn in your algorithm. In this assignment, you don't need to turn in your algorithm, but you do need to prepare and understand that you have everything in the right order. For example, you can't make any calculation of the total cost until the user has given you the number of gallons and the price. I mean, it's pretty obvious that you need to get that information, but a lot of times when people write a program, they need to make sure they know the order in which things need to be done. You need to declare the variable for the gallons of gas, ask for the gallons of gas, get the gallons of gas, ask for the price, get the price, then do the calculation, then print the total. So some more information. Your code should be called last name, that means your last name, prog3.c. You must test it on a compiler, so you can work on it in Notepad, but eventually you're going to want to use a compiler to test it to make sure it works, because code that doesn't work is not very beneficial. The whole idea is to take your plain text code and turn it into a working application. So make sure that you test that it works. Make sure that you use the right file name, and do not work with your friends. These are individual assignments. You're welcome to discuss things with your friend, but please do not share code. Other types of sharing code is taking it off of posting my assignment up onto a place like Chegg and having someone on Chegg do the work for you. That is not valid, and that is considered cheating. And also, please do not wait till the last minute to work on your assignment or wait until 11:59 p.m. to submit it. So let's get started. So I'm going to download off of Canvas. I'm not going to copy and paste this from Canvas because sometimes it adds weird things on when your browser. So I just download it here, and I'm going to open it with Notepad. So this is my download. I just downloaded this. I have it set so that .c files launch with Notepad. If not, you can always right click and say open with Notepad, and you can change the properties. You should know how to change the properties of how things open, but I'll show you very quick. You just go here to properties. So what you're saying is anytime you have a .c file, you want to open it with Notepad, and you just change it right here. So I'm going to open this with Notepad, and this is the code I gave you to help you get started. You don't need to use the code I gave you to help you get started. However, you should at least look at it to make sure that you are following my expectations for the assignment. So I've already started my project, but now I need to go project, add new item. So I created a project, an empty project, and now I need to add the source code file to my project. So it's going to be Sorgente prog3.c. Be sure to read the instructions on what to name your source code file. And then I'm going to paste this template in here that I've provided for you. And I'm going to build it and make sure that the template I provided for you works. So it works, it compiles, it doesn't do anything. If I navigate here to my desktop, which is where I put the project folder is called Program 3 Spring 2021. In here is my application file is in here, and here is my source code file that I have started working on. All of this is inside of my integrated development environment called Visual Studio. So each project has, in this course, each project has one source code file. All right, so that's getting set up. In the next video, I will help you to start working on the implementation.